Hey guys, welcome to my first video ever. My name is Rashelle, aka Sissy Girl Horror. As you know, this is my first ever video and I really hope you enjoy it. It touches on a subject that comes from my own culture, which is Filipino folklore. If you have any questions, queries, please comment below. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. And I do appreciate your patience as I slowly learn how to narrate correctly and get over my tongue-tiedness and learn the ropes of how to do this correctly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Bye! Hey, no sleep. I've been a lurker for a long time now, and coming across a story about Filipino supposedly mythical creatures, it kind of inspired me to write about an experience I had as a kid. It's hard for me to write and or tell about my experience since I really am not quite sure if it really happened, or just something a frightened child with an overactive imagination just made up. But anyway, here goes my story. I am born and raised in the Philippines, and growing up, my grandparents often told me and my cousins stories of our rich, fear-filled culture. One in particular of the female monster we called the Manananggal. Just a little background story. The Manananggal is a lady witch who can sever her body in half. The process is different among the different places in the country, but the one my grandparents told us is that she has this magical oil she would massage onto her body, causing her to split in half and grow bat-like wings, leaving her lower half from the waist down in her house in the woods while her upper half flies around in search of fetuses to devour on. Now, in our village, stories went around like this every once in a while. At around 3 AM, a Manananggal visits in search of pregnant ladies. An indicator would be that the distinct and pungent smell of fish sauce and the sound of tick, tick, tick apparently made as they fly. The thing about the ticking sound is that when it sounds faint or far, it means that the Manananggal is actually very close. It is said that this was to confuse her victims. Now the story begins. I think I was 7 at the time, and while everyone else in the family was asleep, I somehow couldn't bring myself to follow suit. I was restless, with nothing in particular in my head keeping me awake. I remember just laying there in bed, staring at the ceiling when suddenly I hear a noise. Confused, I sat up from my bed and looked around. Nothing but darkness. I listened again. Tick, tick, tick. My eyes went wide open. If I knew how to swear at this time of my life, the F's would be flying. I slammed my head back onto my pillow, and as kids would normally do, I covered myself up in my magic blanket, trembling in fear. The noise kept on ticking, my heart was beating out of my chest, and I was on the verge of tears. I was weighing the options between screaming for my mum or not, because screaming might alert something that might eat me up, that I'm wide awake. I can't let that happen. Yes, I know the Manananggal went for pregnant ladies, but at that age I thought everything could eat me up. The ticking noise went away slowly, as if the one making it was fleeing away. I sighed relief, calmed a bit, and made the biggest mistake of my life, forgetting that when the tick-tick goes far, it means the Manananggal was near. After I removed my cover, bricks were shat. The bitch's grinning face was on my window, her bloodthirsty eyes looking into my frozen, wide eyes. Mother of Jesus, I screamed and noped the fuck out of that room. I ran into my mother's room where she welcomed me with an open embrace. By then, I think I may have passed out of fear. The next morning, my mother asked me what happened, and I told her what's up. She laughed at me and told me how imaginative kids are and how cute I was. This is why I still have my doubts even after her face was scarred into my memory. The thing is though, at that moment when my pregnant Yaya served us our food and overheard our conversation, I saw her freeze and her eyes went wide. She looked at me and said, "You saw her too?" I cried.